What's up, guys? Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz back again. You guys already know we're going to talk about yellow in BanG Dream Volume 2 today. Mostly Hello Happy World, some Pastel Palette stuff. We're going to get right into it. We are joined by Andy and Brian, who you guys have met before, and Dean, our guest from Burn 1.
Hello.
Known for playing a lot of Hello Happy World. As well as Brian.
All the way from the middle of nowhere.
I think I'm one of the only people that's talked with this deck. So
The Hello Happy deck, yeah. So, Andy, you want to start us off with this Hogami here?
Yeah, for sure. We got Hogami. When your character's trigger check reveals a level 2 or higher card, choose one of your characters and they get 1,000 power for the turn. And it's a rest self brainstorm for each climax. Search for a Hello Happy World character. You love to see that. Rest self search.
yeah, finally. They finally have it.
Yeah,
They finally have a fucking brainstorm.
Now, is that a serious S+?
For the deck, yeah, probably,
Deck,
right?
yeah. I mean, because like before you had to splash red. You didn't want to play red, but you had to splash red. It was terrible.
They didn't even have like any brainstorm at all.
Well,
No.
no, they had a tap too. They
Yeah,
had
they had
Michelle.
the rest two Michelle.
Then Michelle, yeah.
Multi-live, I think.
Multi-live, yeah.
Yeah, and it was absolutely terrible. You had no reason to play it.
Pretty bad, yeah.
How
Yeah, this is
relevant is
pretty
that
important
first
for the deck.
effect on there?
I mean, it gives you power. I mean, Hello Happy World's always had like fine.
Yeah, if you're playing the multi-live centric build, then you are running heavy on soul triggers, and as a result, probably heavy on level 2 or higher cards as well. So maybe reasonably okay.
You know, those are some good chances for extra power. I know they have twin drive too. So you have more chances to hit.
Because it's just, there's no limit per turn whenever your trigger check reveals level 2 or higher.
Ooh, that is broken with Twin Drive. You can sack really hard.
Yeah, this is really important for the deck. I'm going to give it an A. Normally, I would give the band-specific cards, like, just niche ratings, but this is really important. This is really good. Very important for the deck.
I'm right there with you.
The first effect is super nasty. That's, like, more consistent than all the other on-trigger effects. Especially if you're running the new choice trigger in the set, which we can talk about now in this next card.
Oh, baby.
Ooh.
You, Brian.
All right.
We've got Smile Music, Kokoro Suramaki. When this card attacks, you may choose a yellow card in your waiting room and put it on top of your deck. At the end of this card's attack, if the choice climax is in your climax zone, you can ditch 2 cards and sacrifice this. If you do, search your deck for a character other than this card, or a copy of this card, and put it into the slot that this card was in and shuffle your deck.
You search your stock.
Or
Shuffle your stock, yeah.
Right.
Search your stock.
So it's effectively a
Huh.
restander.
So this has synergy with choice, because when you trigger choice, you can choose to add a character with a soul trigger to your hand or put it into your stock.
Into your stock.
Yeah, and it gets buried by the choice trigger, like bag. So, it'll be in your stock if you're like looking for a specific card
Mm-hmm. I
that
mean,
you want to summon with this.
She also puts. She also chooses her trigger from the waiting room into the stock with her first effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you always get to set up your restand.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right. You always get to set your restand as long as it's engraved. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I like it.
Choice is
Bad
good.
thing is- actually, I'm dropping this a little bit.
I don't understand how you always get the restand. What do you mean by that? It's when it attacks, you choose a yellow card and put it on top of your deck.
Yeah, you trigger it.
And
Goes
then,
to
she,
stock.
and then she resolves the attack. The card you put on top becomes your trigger and goes to stock. So when you combo at the end of her attack, the card that you put on top end is now in your stock.
Oh, so you just get to choose your stock from your waiting room, basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
Always attacks clean. Just pretty good. Choice is pretty good for
No,
mono
it's
yellow.
actually better than you're saying, because you can put a choice on top of your deck to get the hand to combo off more.
Oh, yeah, you
Yellow
can.
card, too,
Yellow
yeah.
card. Yeah, that is really good.
How would you get the choice to your hand?
No, it's
Oh,
not
you
on
mean like
not
a-
in hand.
Oh, you literally have Jinsu in yellow, so it's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have Jinsu in yellow, so you can always have your climax. Choice is really important for yellow, mono yellow, because they didn't have a plusing trigger before, and now they do. And it's very versatile. This is definitely a card you have to build around, and it summons like a Misaki that we'll talk about very soon. It has a bunch of other effects on it, but this kind of like solves a lot of the problems with choice that like people have in deck building. But like, of course, you have to be mono hella happy to play it. Still pretty good though. I think A. Yeah, no, just straight A. Because even if it's just a card that always triggers clean, is pretty good. Two soul beater that always triggers clean, and it's a pseudo restander. Doesn't overswing because it summons a different character.
Yeah, seems pretty good.
Yeah, definitely a finisher that Hello Happy needed if you weren't playing the soul heavy multi-life package.
Which is like pretty high roll.
Yeah, and it's extremely build around.
This is very
the
consistent.
Hogme that burns for 3. Yeah, I remember that one.
And this one runs a good trigger, like the best yellow trigger, right? Like choice. I don't think we have to argue that.
As much as I love 8 Stock Soul.
This will be the first choice trigger in English.
Yeah, I was gonna say so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, I guess we can talk about it more.
I think that alone will make it see play. You know, people will want to play choice triggers, so they'll
run this.
Play Hello Happy World in this card.
Adventure Time will probably get choice as well.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll break it.
Yeah. Choice support. Broken. All right, yeah, we can talk about this more when we get to the Misaki. Next card. You, Brian? Or no, it's me. It's me?
The last one, yeah.
This Kokoro. Okay, level 0 Kokoro. When you play it to the stage, or when it's reversed in battle, you can look at the top card of your opponent's library and you just put it back. You can't mess with it. So when you play it, you look at top. When it dies, or when it becomes reversed, you look at top. And then it is a climax salvage, but only for Hello Happy World. It's a pretty nasty effect for a climax salvage. Like, the one in main phase, I don't think is even nearly as good as the one when it becomes reversed. When you crash it. Gives you a lot of information going into your attacks.
Yeah, being able to confirm top card mid-combat is pretty relevant.
I mean, they made a whole deck around it called Garasal. Seems to work. So, Dean, you like this card a lot, obviously. What's there to say about it? Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No
the build of Hello Happy World is the best. And personally, the one that I like the most in BanG Dream is the on cancel salvage package.
Mm-hmm.
We do love that card.
This gives you like more information, right?
Yeah, it gives you a lot of information.
Cancel.
Like if you see a climax with this, it's easy mode. You know what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just swing in. That is really crazy synergy for Hello Happy. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that might... I'm actually going to give it an A. Climax Salvage is already fine. I like
Climax Salvage is good too.
The double information is really good for Hello Happy too.
It's a 2-card combo stock. It's a 2-card combo stockless drop salvage.
It's pretty good.
If you Jinsu and then you do this.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, that's not a real play, but it could be.
I mean, it's Weiss, dude. Any play is a real play.
You never know. You never know when that's gonna be relevant. When you're like,
Yeah.
I'm out all my Ozusas. Really need one.
I don't think I'm as high on it as you guys are. I think, I like the fact that it's valuable, whenever you have it in the game because you get a on-play look at the top card of someone's deck, potentially even twice. But it's not like a particularly good card to draw early. Which is what I'd want my level
Unless
zeros
you're
to be,
flooded.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like
I just
1500's pretty garbo stats, and
I just look at this and I say I'm probably playing 2 of it.
I feel like the second effect that gets this card a climax is like better if you're running gold bar or pants trigger.
You don't know my hands.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're flooded, if you're not good enough to.
If you just have the worst luck, then this card is for you.
Well, welcome to Weiss Schwarz.
Welcome to Weiss Schwarz. We all do. Terrible luck. All right. Let's move on to this Misaki. That's you, Dean.
Okay, so continuous. If there's a marker under it, it gains 7,000 power, and the effect: pay 1 at the beginning of opponent's attack phase. You may field swap. So it's a, what is that? 6, 5, 11-5, right?
Yeah, 11-5.
11-5 field swapper. And when it's played via either from hand or with the 3-2 climax combo, you can heal 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, heal 1 and then marker a Kokoro. So you marker the card that summoned it, and then you get a field swapper. How good is this?
The fact that you like play it, you like ditch 2, play this, heal 1, get a marker, get big.
You get to attack again.
Yeah, but
with
like,
the
what does
combo too.
field swap do for you?
Mm,
I guess field swap is like
Depends on your
randomly
opponent's
annoying, right?
finisher.
It's randomly good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just makes your opponent have to think harder about their attacks.
Messes your opponent up on the way back.
Well, I guess the Kokoro does nothing on play, right? So now it's like the Kokoro heals is like what
Yeah.
the effect is.
I mean, this is kind of making me like the Kokoro finisher a little bit less, though. Because it's kind of like forcing you to go into this card.
11-5 is decent. The problem is like Hello Happy World doesn't wanted to fight board.
Well, if you
Like-
play this from hand, think about it, Andy. On play from hand, you're playing yellow if you're playing this card, right? This is a 3-2, 11-5 stand and swap, heal 1 that also markers a card.
Yeah, board compressions too.
That's pretty good.
I
Like-
guess you can just play it from your hand, too.
Yeah, I think it's actually fine. Like, there's always
Yeah.
going to be Kokoros in your grave. You're playing.
You know what?
Hello
I guess
Happy.
you don't have to go into this either. You know what I mean? The Kokoro can get any.
Yeah, the
Hello,
Kokoro
right?
can do anything, but
Can
it's
she get
like
anything?
this is just the ideal target.
So it's
Yeah,
just stocked up for one character.
yeah. This
So
is
it's
just like,
like-
gravy.
A nice option.
I like it even more than Dean. I'm getting a B plus. Like 11-5 stand and swap from hand that with a marker is really good. Like the fact that it interacts with the combo is just gravy. Art for this card is terrible. Yeah, so like
Yeah, it's dumb.
if you saw in the TD
I don't
how
get it.
they
It's
were
like
like,
it's her inside of like the Darth Vader suit.
oh, I
you know,
watched the
looking
show.
through
No,
the
well,
Iron
no,
Man.
She's Iron Man.
oh, I watched the show. Trust me, I've watched all of 3D animated Bang Dream, and
I
you know
didn't
how
know
we
you
had, you know how we had some cards in the RAS TD that were hand drawn. Those are canceled. Those are done. This is the rest of the set. It's garbage. This is all we have.
What's the reference to the show in this? What was she doing? Like,
I don't-
calculations.
she literally became Iron Man.
Oh yeah, it's Hello Happy World. Never-
Yeah,
never
not
played.
kidding. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's their special skills, being stupid. All right, I guess we can move on.
Tell you about my favorite girl, Kaoru. There are 2 or fewer climaxes in your waiting room. You can early play it. If all your characters are Hello Happy World, this card gets 1,500 power. And when it gets reversed, you can discard a card. If you do, return it back to your hand, and when you play it, you heal. Oh, and she gets 1,500 power.
Loopable 10-5 healer.
Seems,
That's pretty fucking good.
seems decent. Yeah.
That's really good for Hello Happy, actually. It has a fucking, like, actually feasible condition. Unlike the other early play that required you to run a whole package to early play it. Early play heals good. 10-5's good.
Yeah, I don't think. until
Lets
this
you
point
loop the
Hello-
heal.
Yeah, I don't think until this point in English, Hello Happy had a reasonable healer at all, let alone early play healer. So this is
As I
definitely-
read these effects again and again, I can't find like a reason why I would dock this card, so I'm just gonna give it an A because I don't want to think about it anymore. Like for
How
yellow,
useful is the pop back effect, though?
it's a loopable
I think
heal.
it's nice, but
Play it every
Heal-
turn.
heal-
Healer, yeah.
relevant,
Yeah. It's like, oh, my card got run over and I didn't plus. Play it again, heal. Still at level 2. What do you do?
Well, that's assuming you still have 2 or fewer.
Hello
climaxes
Happy has
waiting
ways
for
to
it
run through
play.
its deck, dude. They have Azusa. They're the only Bang Dream
They
deck
do.
with Azusa.
And they have
Right.
Amagi as well.
Yeah, they have Azusa and Amagi, dude. They have probably the most mill power that's not warehouse, I think.
They do, for sure.
We do love deck manipulation.
Card's pretty simple though. I do like the how this effect like didn't exist. This is cool. Just ditch a card, pop this back. Pretty neat.
All right.
Moving on.
All right, this is something Aya trembling for her supporters.
Wow.
When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you may heal. When this card attacks, you may discard 4 pastel palettes characters from your hand. If you do, this gains 4,000 power and deal X damage to your opponent, where X is the total number of different colors of the cards used to pay this card's cost. So up to burn 4, but you can modulate the amount of damage for how much you need. That's interesting. Very expensive, but interesting.
Ditch 4 is gross.
Yeah.
They all have to be pastel palettes.
I would rather this like gain no power and be on attack, ditch 2 pastel palettes.
I'd
X-
rather it
X
not heal.
equals
I'd rather
colors.
it, like cantrip or draw you a card when you play it. That would make the second effect way easier to get.
I mean, we've seen cards in Japanese that are like what, like burn X times 2. Like if it was just ditch 2, burn X times 2 for number of colors. But I get that that's not the flavor. Like this is just a flavor card.
You will never play this.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, like, if you're in pastel palettes, every pastel palettes deck is what, blue, red. So if you wanted an off finisher, you play the Chisato that gives global power and is on reverse, pay 1, pitch 1, ping 1.
But this could be ditch 4, burn 1.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Broken.
Pretty powerful.
What happens if you discard 4 climaxes with this? It's a ditch out.
F plus.
You can't discard climaxes with it. It's only pastel palettes characters.
Oh shit, still F.
Oh, and that card is actually unplayable. It got worse.
Yeah, it's garbage. Alright, moving on. So we got this Kaoru. 1-0. All your characters are Hello Happy World. This gains 2,000 power. Climax combo. On reverse with this wind, where she's grabbing Rimi. Put up to 1 card from the top of your library into stock, and you choose this 1/1 event and add it to your hand. So it is a on reverse, a 7/5.
75.
It stocks the top, and it gives you this event. This event is
What's the event
choose one of the following and perform it. Choose one of your opponent's characters and place it in an empty slot on the stage. So it's force. Search your library for... Well, I guess it's even better force because you can move things wherever. Then search your library for up to 1 Hello Happy character. Show it to your opponent. Put it in your hand. Shuffle your library. It's a 1/1 event. Keep that in mind.
And then, so you move and then search, or you choose?
No, it's choose one.
Okay.
You either move one of your opponent's characters to an open spot, or you search your deck for a character. A1. But you do get the stock for it from the...
Yeah, you always get the stock.
Well, the idea is that you stock with this, and the next turn you crash board after you Oz away those 1/1 events that were terrible.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a card, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
it
you
is a
play this.
card with words on it.
I mean, the only way that you get those cards consistently into your grave is because Hello Happy has Azusa. It's like...
It's the same issue you run into with Warehouse, though. Like,
I mean, I'm saying it's
you're
lessened.
going to end up going to combo with this sometimes, and then you're just not going to have thing around. And you need a reverse. I really don't like it that much.
Hello Happy does have good side lanes, though. Like with the Twin Drive Kokoro from Girls Man Party Volume 2.
Yeah, but I think it's like... This is what, the 3rd combo for Hello Happy World?
Yeah.
Is it better than the other 2? It's probably
No.
better than the multi-live one.
It's better than the multi-live. The canon?
I really hate the multi-live one.
No, the Kokoro. The one
Yeah,
where
the
you
Kokoro on the wind, I think that...
Oh.
Trigger a soul search.
That's only good in the meme deck where you play the Orisa changer that's in the standby and it's your only color, and that deck's garbage anyway. Like the sackiest
This
deck
is definitely
I've ever
like
played.
Hello Happy World's most how would I say, like generic, like conventional finisher, right? Like just an on reverse
Conventional
card.
level 1, yeah.
Plus in combo, yeah.
And Hello Happy World's kind of like a crazy set to begin with. Maybe some conventionality is a good thing for them to add some consistency.
I'm just gonna give it a C. I don't like it. I don't like that event.
The event's not good, but it's basically Bunny Girl Union.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
you get the card. You get the card every time. Where Bunny Girl doesn't get you the card every time.
This also just dies on the swing back. Only your
Yeah.
turn.
It only sits at 45 cross turn.
It just
fine.
gives
I'm
you
giving it a
a
B
card.
because I like Haru. That's why I'm giving it a B.
Yeah,
But I don't think you actually play this.
Power's a good character. All right, let's just move on. We got Bear. Whose is this? This is Udine, I think.
Oh, cool. Michelle, this is the best card. During your turn, global level support. On a 1/1, not super good, but it's there. But it's also got pay 1, ditch 1, spammable bounce.
Ooh.
It's broken. And even more broken, it has tap this to stand one of your characters.
Brainstorm
So
twice.
you can brainstorm twice. It's broken. I like this card. I do like this card.
I'm
This
digging
this is pretty dank in those like
It's a really
Is
good
it-
tech card.
Does
stand
this
by
conflict
Hello
with
Happy.
The other back row card that you run, the Michelle that changes, the one with the markers.
No, you don't run that anymore. I don't think.
I still like that card a lot. Like a lot. I think that card's broken.
I
What,
don't
the
remember
one that
exactly how
throws
they
the card
work,
in
but-
stock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 2/2 line is still fine with all these cards. Well, the thing with that card is you can just always just send it to stock. You can throw it to the front row, send it to stock, and turn it into an attacker.
Yeah,
So
that's
it
why
doesn't
was
really
broken.
matter.
It was
So-
broken because it let you pay out climaxes without losing stock, like in a way that Twin Drive like didn't guarantee, right?
Yeah, because it let you do it in main phase.
So here's what I like about the card. I like the middle effect. The
Spammable bounce.
the spammable main phase bounce effect. That's like damning against some decks. I don't think the final ability is very useful. Like it makes it less of a liability to put in your back row because you can just restand your brainstormer if you need to, or it gives you like other options.
It makes it so that it's not
You can
taking
play
up
a card
slot.
into the back row later in the game and then still have the option to double brainstorm. This card might as well have brainstorm written on it as well in that sense. So I like that as well, but I feel like maybe maybe like a different band would get better utility out of this card. And I like it as a splashable card, but the fact that it only pumps Hello Happy World characters makes it not good enough to splash.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like if it was just always if it was a support to all music characters and not just Hello Happy, even if it was a lesser power boost, I would like the card a lot more. It's just I don't know how much Hello Happy World really cares to have that effect, and the first
that
line on this
first-
makes it hard to splash, which is what I would want to do with the card, like splashing this in my deck.
Spammable bounce is like just good.
Mhm.
You have to pay 1 to get it in the first place, and then you have to keep paying 1 and minusing cards. Like, is it good enough to run in a non-Hello Happy World deck?
No, dude.
Damn.
And
I
Hello-
would
absolutely
pay
not.
2, ditch 1 to get rid of a lot of like garbage in this
Oh,
game.
well, Hello Happy
There's
does
like
have the
there's
Hogami bouncer.
Yeah, the Hogami
It does,
bouncer.
but Hogami Bouncer comes out at 3. What
Oh,
happens
yeah,
when
that's right.
What
It
happens
is.
when it's like 2 and your opponent's like just has a board of Nexel? And you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell do I do now?
This does just
Lost.
destroy Priestess. This is just like
that's
Priestess
playing
loses.
to not lose, not playing to win.
Huh? Sometimes you have to do that. Like sometimes you put one of these decks to like not lose to that.
Yeah,
one
it's just a
matchup.
one of. I mean, you have a bunch of ways to search in yellow, so you can find this card.
It's not
easily.
Priestess. It's more of like Rider. I'm thinking more of Rider. I
Rider.
think this is more.
Well, for Rider, you can play level 3s against her. This is, if you're talking about
Yeah, I guess
bounce
you're
at
right.
a different level, this is just like, oh, I can pay 2 pitch to, bounce my opponents 2 priestesses, and they just lose the game. And this card sits on the board, and I threaten to do it next turn. Or even worse, my opponent just doesn't play their priestesses because they know they don't work, and then their deck doesn't function. That's also pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna.
You like actually just scare people with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it the A- because or not, B+ because it is niche. You only play it in Hello Happy. You can't really put it in other decks unless you're enough in yellow. And most Bang Dream decks are only in yellow for Hogami bombs, Kokoro drop searchers. I'm talking mixed band decks and the Kokoro Musashi.
Yeah.
Finding a spot for one of these just for the middle effect is really nasty because it can destroy Goblin Slayer in that one scenario. That's all I'm thinking about right now. It's also really good against Fate, but I think Fate is I think people are realizing Fate's overhyped, especially because we're not having the spring season, so people are realizing, they're slowly figuring it out that the deck is a little bit overrated. And I really like the fact that it is basically not a card in your back row because it lets you double brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't, and the rest effect doesn't destroy the. You can rest effect and bounce effect because you don't have to rest it to bounce. I really like that too.
So I gave it 2 scores. The first score is the C would be for splashable into non-Hello Happy decks because at that point it's just a niche effect. You're teching it in to have a bounce option, so it's kind of just an all-right card that you might occasionally run. But the fact that it's just already so solid in Hello Happy decks and then gives you that option to always have access to, you can run multiple copies of this card, consistently threaten it every game, makes it actually really good in Hello Happy decks, which is where I'd give it the A in Hello Happy decks, but C everywhere else. And maybe that's what you guys are doing because you're in the middle of me.
I'm always thinking about Hello Happy World. That's my main Bang Dream deck.
Yep.
Always Hello Happy, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. We got this Eve. Who's this?
This
is mine. She has a marker under her. She also counts as a blue character. When your other character reverses its battle opponent, choose one of your pastel palette characters. It gets 2,000 power. And you can rest itself. Choose one of your pastel palette character. They get 1,000 power for the turn. And if this does not have the marker under it, you get the marker on.
The back row support extra color.
This card's absolutely nutty.
It triggers multiple times per turn when you reverse your opponent. It can even happen on your opponent's turn.
This just gives your whole board just Minami all the time.
Yeah, that seems
Minami power.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, you just back up once, and then your opponent goes, "Oh no!"
Yeah, the fact that it triggers on opponent's turn.
Opponent's turn too. Yeah.
It's like a crazy revenge killer.
And you can always give 1,000 power on your turn as well. And it counts as both colors, which pastel palettes definitely needs.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
What is unfortunate is you lose 2 colors at once if they bounce it.
Yeah.
So I guess once you lose one.
Also,
color,
I don't know.
Well,
if
you get
this
the card
Maya,
under it for free from your waiting room. So
I don't know if this Maya is playable. Let me peep it real quick. It is a global 5 with pay 1, sack this. Oh, pay 1, sack this, summon the 1/1. Never mind, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Good.
Yeah, that's fine. If you need a yellow-blue back row and you need to save space in Pastel Palettes deck, yeah, this is just, I'm just gonna give it a B because Pastel Palettes is always a trash fire deck, unless you're playing Ialisa. I think.
Super high roll. It's always
always high roll. Yeah.
no, it's not.
But it's fun.
Pastel palettes is legit. That's my Bang Dream deck.
Yeah, but Andy loves Pastel
Dean
Palettes.
is to Hello Happy World as I am to pastel palettes.
I just play mixed band because I'm a fucking meta slave.
Wow.
It just all depends on how you have to spread your colors. You know.
Yeah.
I wish pastel palettes gave you a little bit more freedom with how you could organize your colors on field.
At least the
A
angle.
lot of the first set stuff doesn't really. It plays counter to the second set stuff because it has your colors in different positions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause it has yellow be a color instead
Like
of
some
it
of
being
the first set
blue-red.
stuff wants certain colors in the front row, certain colors in the back row, and the set 2 stuff wants
This
different
lets you
colors in
fill
different
that gap.
spots.
Mix sets. Fortunately, the card art for this is at a good angle for the 3D art, so it tricks you into thinking it doesn't look like shit.
Yeah, this one looks okay.
All right. Let's move to the next card.
All right.
On in.
We have Smile Music Cannon. It's a 3,500 power backup
Oh,
for music characters.
it's whatever. It's like
Yeah, it's
C
fine.
fucking
yeah.
card. It's a card.
When 3,000 power isn't enough.
It says backup
All right.
as a backup can be.
Much more interesting card. This cannon. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, your opponent gets to run this somewhere else. And when you level up, this card fucking kills itself.
Broken.
And it's a 4K.
It's a runner.
Yeah, your opponent
This card
moves it.
sucks.
No, this is bad.
What happens? What happens when you open with a runner and then your opponent opens with an anti-runner and you go, "Aha! I've got you now." Easy game.
Yeah, I think it's garbage.
I mean, I guess one of the big drawbacks is, they could move it in front of their level 1 combo, but when you level up, it goes to waiting room. But if it's still on your field for whatever reason, they can.
Oh, the beginning of your opponent's attack phase.
If they try to run it in front of their
Yeah,
level
your
1 reverse
opponent runs
combo
it.
and end up leveling your
Holy-
attack.
Yeah,
Holy,
they-
you put
they-
this in the back row? You put this in the back row and you go, you start minusing? Oh, this is How relevant is that first line of text? Is it at all?
I mean,
Why would I ever play this over the Hogami Bomb? The Hogami Bomb is like, in my opinion,
I don't even play the
one of the
Hogami
most
Bomb.
broken cards in Bang Dream.
Oh no.
4 of.
Oh no.
Andy does
They're
love
four
that
of.
card, yeah.
Hogami Bomb's
think it's
not
great.
even good.
I mean, compared to
Yeah,
what,
it is.
like Chisato? Well,
Compared to,
Chisato's
like,
broken.
anything.
Well, the Hogami Bomb is like a good enough yellow fix. It's
I don't
just the main
understand. The
reason
Hogami
people
Bomb's
run it.
fantastic. It holds board really nicely at level 0 and then makes it impossible for them to combo you and gives you a free stock. And when you're done using it, you just push it in the back row and you save for
I don't
later.
know. You just run her over Hogami Bomb, and then they don't get
Yeah.
the stock charge. The
That's fine, then you trade
counter
with
play
them.
is kill it. Yeah.
The
Well,
counterplay is you trade with
There's
me.
a lot. There's a lot of
Okay.
level 1 and level 0 now. Is the big thing now. Hogami Bomb, I think, last year was better than she is now, because the only things that were level 1 at level 0 were Utaba and Chisato, and now there are a bazillion things that are level 1 at level 0 in English, which makes Hogami Bomb a lot worse. So,
It's not saying much. It's still pretty good.
I think it makes it a lot worse.
I
I'm
don't know,
pretty
I mean,
down on. I'm pretty down on bombs.
This is just my personal opinion anyway, but I know when I play Bang Dream, I set up fields with a lot of Hogamis because I like being able to deny the reverse combo and generate some stock.
Mhm.
I've always had a lot of success with it.
I mean, that works until your opponent's playing a on attack combo, and they just get extra open lanes, and you just eat shit.
Or you cancel because they overset.
Exactly.
On
They're
first deck,
Rolling the dice.
I guess. Weiss is just a Luxac parade anyway. Next
I mean,
card.
back to this card though. Like I just think that Hogami is better than this.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And
A lot of
it's also
cards are
in
better
the
than this.
same.
Yeah.
It's also within the same band too. So
a lot of cards are better than this card.
Yeah.
All right,
Speaking
Dean,
of Hogami.
you Hogami.
Oh boy, 2 or more Hello Happy Worlds. It gains the ability. This is a 1/0 Hogami, by the way. It becomes a stock bomb, and then it has the this is Conbaru, but it's a instead of a normal bomb, it's a stock bomb. I think this is really good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Umbra is a good card.
Yeah.
All right, I
Especially-
don't know what Kanbaru is. I gotta read
Oh,
this one.
this profile's in Monogatari.
It's in Monogatari.
1-0 level bomb.
Yeah,
But
but
this
this
is
is
a
a
stock
cost
bomb.
bomb. Yeah.
Oh, it's just a cost.
Oh, it's a cost. Yeah, it's a cost stock bomb. It's even better. But the coin flip is it's pretty good. It helps you sack hand.
It's like Mari, kind of.
Like if you're playing this
Yeah.
with the other card that gives you like when you trigger like level 2s get power.
Mm-hmm.
This just gets better, right?
Yeah, because you can play that as your off lane in the deck that you run that in. Yeah, it has a higher chance to hit.
I like it. You know, it holds board. I mean, it's basically a suicider and can potentially plus for you.
I mean, it's always a suicider. Like,
I mean, unless they're playing a 1/1.
oh yeah. Cost
Well, then
you.
it's still
That's what I
then
meant.
it's still a suicider. It just doesn't take anything with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just kills itself. Hey,
Can still coin
except
flip.
when it doesn't, when it reveals a level 2. I mean, that's a potential 2-for-1, and even if you're crashing it in something, you can still get it back. So, pretty solid.
All right, next. No, this is you, Andy.
To me, is Kokoro. If you have 4 more Hello Happy World characters, she gets minus a level in your hand. And when you play her, she gets 1,000 times a number of Hello Happy World characters, counting herself for the turn. I'm not really a big fan of these cards, like the 2 ones that you can play early, unless... Because I feel like they're usually just... There's never like a really good effect on them. They're usually just, you know, you can play it early and they're big.
What, you don't want to
Card
swing
is
for
unplayable.
11-5 at level
I see.
1?
I see this art
It's
in my
not big on the
nightmares.
swing back.
This is the art from my nightmares.
Yeah, that's
She's under a tree.
minus for the art. It's terrifying.
You never play this ever.
Yeah, it's completely unplayable. All right, here's the event. You, Brian.
All right, what is this called? Hawker strategy meeting. 1/1, choose one of the following effects. Yeah, force move a character to an empty slot, or search your deck for a Hello Happy World character and put it into your hand.
The fact that it's a 1/1.
Yeah, is pretty
It's
rough.
pretty terrible.
Part of the
Yeah.
appeal of the whole, you know, union combo, which is kind of what the Kaoru is impersonating, is that you get extra stock, and this kind of says, no, you don't get the extra stock.
Because you have to pay 1 to play this garbage event.
Yeah,
Unless-
and then it has the same issue that Cosme has, where you need to actually have these in your waiting room, and if you don't hit your mill tools, or, you know, if they just get stuck at the bottom of your
Okay,
deck, which
that's-
happens.
Not hitting your mail tools isn't a thing that happens in Hello Happy World.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you just run 4 of
It- it-
Oz
it's
Sun every deck.
It's just mill tools. Yeah.
I guess so.
So,
You
like,
do have
it-
the Kotsky.
Yeah, you hit your level 1 combo. The problem is, do you add this fucking card to your hand? Like, fucking, is it just a card you ditch for another Azusa? Like, is that good
Yeah.
enough?
No, not a huge fan of the card on its own.
It's
C+.
like it's a good target to ditch with a Kotsky, though.
Yeah, C+ for the
guess.
fact that it's relevant with the Kaoru combo, I guess.
Yeah, I'm giving it a C+. I would rather play Drop Search or Kokoro and ditch this card to search a card than play this card from hand. Like, straight up.
I mean, Hello Happy World does have the best drop search in the game.
Like I said, you use this to grab your and then you Azusa the other one away.
Yeah.
You love,
You,
you love
you
yeah.
play an invincible hero, ditch the first one of these because you double comboed the last turn. Search your extra Azusa from your deck, ditch the other one to mill for.
Maybe think of it this way: you get to essentially run 8 copies of your level 1 combo.
Maybe this
Because
is just
this
another
searches your
unplayable combo.
and then this searches the Kaoru, and then the Kaoru gets you this back.
This
It's
is
like
the fourth-
warehousing into a Cosme.
This is the 4th Hello Happy World combo, and it is pretty much unplayable.
It's still worse than the one from Girls, like the original one, right? The on cancel salvage. I feel like the on cancel salvage.
That on cancel salvage is
I feel like
that is-
that one's actually just better.
that combo is like I think that's like one of the best combos in Bang Dream. So
The on cancel salvage. Yeah, I do like that combo.
I mean, because what? You either just sack your opponent for a bazillion damage or +2.
well, it's also with the package has so much stuff going for it. The Amagi,
Yeah, the
has
Amagi, yeah.
Yeah, like it has like so much synergy in the set with like these. Like the synergy's not there, right? Like you get this 1/1 event, and then that 1/1 event sucks,
Yeah.
and you the stock you charged. I think it's pretty terrible.
Yeah. Agreed. Card sucks, but you know, attached to a somewhat better combo on wind.
Right. That's the only redeeming quality of this card.
All right, I guess that's yellow. Anybody else have anything to say about this?
Yay! Hello, Happy World support.
How do you
I have
think,
to buy new SPs.
So I guess
Yeah.
Dean and Brian, how do you guys are the Hello Happy players? How do you think Hello Happy World's going to shape up moving forward? Do you think it's going to be like a better deck in the meta than it was before? Or do you think it will still be kind of like a fringe strategy?
So it's Soul Hello Happy World is never going to be meta. I think the mono deck is like actually a feasible thing now, though, since you have a tap self brainstorm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest thing that Hello.
That is the biggest thing that they got. The I don't even know if the new combo, the new level 3 combo, is even better than the what is it?
The burn 3 Karu? Or
no,
the Agami, no.
no Hogami. What? Oh no, you don't. You don't. Okay, well, when everything in multi, I just want to be honest with you there. I think every single card in multi is bad.
No, I 100% agree with that.
Like I have played that deck, and that deck is bad. The Hogami is only used for the bounce. I was thinking the
Is it the one that gets Michelle the changer?
Michelle from from Girls Band Party Volume 2.
The Mill 6 is actually not too bad because it has the card that like gets its climax. Like it has the Kokoro that salvages
the pirate Kokoro, yeah.
Pirates.
Yeah. So it lets you run.
It's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back.
So it lets you run like weird climax spreads, which this Kokoro doesn't have that support. And then because the Misaki, and it's like what, pay 2, ditch 2, but then it's actually pay because it's at the end of attack. It's like basically, and it salvages on play with after the changers. Basically, you heal and then you pay 1, ditch 1, mill 6, which I think is more efficient. But then, of course, the new Kokoro is actually like it's definitely a more consistent top end, right? Like you get to like set up restands, you get to set up soul triggers.
It's on a plussing, trigger. You get to set your soul triggers, which is the crazy thing about it. We didn't talk about that when we talked about this.
Like if I honestly think that like it only makes the stock soul Kokoro better because like if you're at like level 3 and you need to side for 1, you can use the Kokoro and side with the double soul trigger stacked on top.
Right.
Which is really broken.
The new one lets you modulate your damage. You can pull out any number of soul attacker that you're looking for.
Yeah, the fact that it just lets you set up crazy lethal exact swings whenever you want because it's on attack, you can do it in your last attack to set that shit up if you need to. That stuff is really, really nasty. I'm a big slug for damage manipulation at endgame.
But like also I play BanG Dream, Hello Happy World because I think they're cute. Like I absolutely like don't care about the characters too much. And these arts, the arts on these cards look like dog shit. So
yeah,
I do agree with that.
Maybe you have to think twice before including them in your waifu deck.
Yeah, like a Hello Happy World as a becomes less appealing to me when the cards look like this. What do the SPs look like?
Less happy, yeah.
They just look like the 3D art flat.
Do they look as bad on the SPs?
They look slightly better, but I'm not gonna say they look great.
Because I mean, if you're playing like Hello Happy World mono deck, you gotta like the cards that you're looking at because you're not playing that to win every time.
True. All right. Well, I think that's it for you.
Card is good though. Card is definitely good.
Yeah, the deck gets some nice new tools.
It got 2 new cards that are good, and then like a couple
random ones. Like
cards.
the coin flip Hogami is like pretty decent.
Yeah,
and the Michelle back row is really spicy.
Wait. The coin flip Hogami is actually also broken because you could see your trigger at like level 3. I forgot.
Yeah,
about that.
these
I
all
forgot about
let
the
you.
implication of that.
Yeah, these all let you set up like
Crazy finisher
trigger.
turns?
Yeah, crazy finisher turns with exact damage. So you got
There's
the
there's
Hogami
a lot
coin
of
flip,
a lot of incidental synergy there.
like the Hogami coin flip, the Michelle back row with the repeatable bounce, the Kaoru early play. We kind of glossed over that one. That one's pretty important. And then of course the Kokoro finisher and the brainstorm.
Oh, and
Big
the
ones.
Ditch Climax Salvage was really good too.
Yeah,
So
the
there's
Ditch
like
Climax
there's a lot
Salvage,
of stuff to help the mono deck, but I don't think any of the climax combos are like necessary. It's like all the other supports, the really good
yeah,
stuff.
it's all the standalone cards. Most notably
Maybe
the
just play like a
brainstorm.
straight Hello Happy World deck with like the Cosme combo or something.
And none of these cards help Michelle stickers, which is the worst part about these.
I know.
Rest in
supports.
peace, Michelle stickers.
Well,
Well,
Unfortunate.
Red has a way for you to salvage Michelle stickers.
yeah, but then you're not playing mono Hello Happy anymore.
True. All right, I think that's it for yellow. We'll see you guys in green.